Hey, what's up guys, King Epic here. So today I will talk about some very specific things. For your Thailand trip, you will probably think about, making sure the hotel is guest friendly, that you can bring girls, women to your place, that you're staying in a good area, proximity to the nightlife spots, and that's all good and I would say fundamental for a good experience. However, I've noticed during my time here that there are a lot of small things that I don't want to say they make or break your trip, but they can really take away from the whole experience, from the whole enjoyment if you don't pay attention. Little things that few people think about that, at least for me, became very annoying on a daily basis. Some of what I will mention will only apply if you stay here long term. Some of it will be useful even if you book a hotel just for a couple of nights. So take what is relevant to you and just simply disregard the rest. There's one thing you learn today that will make your trip better that you would have otherwise overlooked. I'm already happy, and the purpose of the video is exactly to do that, to give you little nuggets of wisdom. You might not notice, but many of my videos have to be censored one way or another. That's to play by YouTube's rules. Hate it or love it, it's a reality we have to accept. The uncensored videos and more bonus videos I regularly send out via email. I call it King Epic Insider. It's entirely free. You simply enter your email and get bonus videos, updates, and more. To head over to kingepic.com/insider. It takes 10 seconds and you never miss a thing. So feel free to pause the video now. The first one will be a big fridge. This one I find super important. One of the places I've stayed at last year had a 7-Eleven just outside, literally 2 minutes walking distance, and of course it's open 24/7. And yet, despite being so close to where I was staying, not having a fridge that was large enough to store some food became very annoying and even inconvenient. I mean, yeah, you can eat out all the time, but for me it was, say at night I'm hungry and I want to quickly grab something, or after waking up in the morning and having to dress up, walking downstairs, going to the 7-Eleven, even that became a hassle. I much rather grab something from the fridge, and the regular meals I can eat outside anyway, food court, etc. Nowadays I take this even further, and when I look for a new place to stay, I make sure it has a big fridge with a freezer on top ideally, and bonus would be if there's also a small kitchen unit attached to it, or in the condo or wherever I'm staying. Second one would be a water filtration machine. Water, you will probably drink it on a daily basis. Don't drink the tap water, so your only option would be to go outside and buy bottled water from, say, 7-Eleven, Family Mart. And there are two ways to deal with this. I don't consider boiling tap water to be a viable option for most people. For one, it's not a convenient option, and then you might not, have a stove in your room or a counter. It's completely pointless. The most obvious option would be to buy the 5-liter bottled water container at 7-Eleven, to buy them in bulk. Say 3 at a time, that's 15 liters, 4 gallon, and that should last you a few days. However, the more convenient and cheaper option would be to look for a water filtration machine. Every place I've ever stayed at had one. Many times, you see it outside of a condo building. It kind of looks like a vending machine or something. If your condo or hotel doesn't have one, I would just look around. If there's condos nearby, you can still use it from there because you have to pay anyway. It's very cheap, very inexpensive. I use it with one of these empty 5-liter water containers from 7-Eleven, and it's only I think 1 baht per liter. So it's extremely cheap compared to the 7-Eleven option. Number 3 would be online grocery delivery. The final option would be to order a large quantity of water bottles or containers and have it delivered. In the past, I have used Tesco and Big C, meaning their website, to order online, and surprisingly, I had no issues at all. I simply set up an account on the website, placed the order, picked a delivery date, and the next day, about an hour before the delivery, the guy called me and said he would come. The additional fee for the delivery was minuscule, something like 50 or 100 baht, just a few dollars. Online delivery is also a good option if you want to store a larger quantity of food in your fridge or in your freezer, because going to the store yourself I mean, you can only carry so much, plus traffic, plus the heat. I mean, most of you guys, I would say 99% of guys watching these videos probably don't have a car in Thailand, so it's like you're in taxis or you're in the metro with all this stuff that you bought. Most items you can find in their stores, you can also order online, so you're not limited to just drinks or food. Anything you need, you can find it online and order it. Number 4, quality food on the go. So this one has sort of evolved over time. When I first came here, I just ate whatever I felt, whenever I felt like it. And then I became a bit more health conscious, and nowadays I feel like my eating is pretty much on point. Many of the meals I prepare myself, and when I'm somewhere outside, I only eat very specific foods. This is where I used to struggle a bit. I will be on the go, and I'm thinking, now what? Go buy some crap from the convenience store or fast food, or something that is soaked in oil from street food, or get food poisoning if you buy from a street vendor. Food court is already closed, it's too late. The options seemed limited, and it took me some time to find a few items that I eat repeatedly nowadays. Many of the Thai dishes you will notice are either high in carbs or high in fat, or both. If you want something that's mostly protein, well, good luck. So what I found are the following, and all of them are available literally anywhere around the clock. Boiled eggs from 7-Eleven. They're 10 baht each, and they're peeled already, so you can eat them right away. I just throw away the yolk if I don't want any fat, so it's just pure protein. Doesn't really get any better. There's also the option of liquid egg whites, if you want that. They have small liquid egg white cartons at Tops Market and Villa Market, 150 baht. They are pasteurized, so you can drink it straight from the carton or mix it with a flavored whey protein shake that they sell here, and it tastes like chocolate or a vanilla drink. I like it because it's high quality food, it's cheap, and it takes 2 minutes to drink, no need to sit down, etc. The protein drinks I bought at either 7-Eleven or Tops Market, they're great as well. Different flavors, they're lactose free, different brands, check it out. The only other item I will buy occasionally would be cooked rice from 7-Eleven. Everything else is either crap, convenience store food, or fried, or has some other crap in it. Nowadays, and this is just, I think they introduced this the last maybe 3 to 4 years or so, various, chicken breast products that they sell at 7-Eleven. Grilled, I think steamed chicken breast, different flavors, different seasonings. So that's great as well. Of course, for carbs or fats, there are more options, fresh fruits, nuts, etc., unlimited options. Number 5, buying supplements or vitamins. Now, in my Thailand guide, I have a video of my kitchen where I have protein powder, and someone asked me where in Bangkok I bought it. Well, I had it shipped here. I've been to at least a dozen pharmacies, vitamin stores, GNC, and with vitamins and supplements in Thailand, in 9 out of 10 cases, they're either overpriced, shit in quality, or underdosed. Oftentimes, you get cheaper options by simply ordering it to Thailand, or what's even better is just order it on Lazada or on Shopee. I ordered it on Lazada. It's an app, you get it delivered to your place, you pay with your card. It's in English, that's the easiest option. Number 6, paying extra for a location. Cheap. That's all I cared for when I first rented a condo. And then I had to spend a ton of money on taxis and the metro. And in the end, the cheap condo wasn't so cheap anymore. So I always factor in the trips I take on a daily basis. Trip to the gym, grocery shopping, going out or going to the mall. And then I'll stay somewhere in proximity to those places. I'll make sure there's a gym ideally inside the place where I'm staying, or just close by. A pool is another extra I'll look out for, because if you want to meet girls, you can invite girls over instead of meeting them somewhere outside. The pool is usually a good option. It saves you money, time, and makes things so much easier. Now, if you carry, if you want to pay cash, then number 7 would be to carry change, 20 baht bills, and sometimes 10 baht coins. This is only if you don't use apps such as Uber or Bolt. Out of the 10 taxis drives I take, in 1 or 2 cases the driver will say he doesn't have change. Like no change at all. All he has are 100 baht bills. In rare instances where I had no small change at hand, I would tell him to wait. I go 7-Eleven and get some change, but in most cases that's not feasible, especially in a heavy traffic area or when I'm in a rush. So I can complain all I want, but in the end I will usually just give him the extra money and be able to leave. If you never want to overpay, always have some change with you. You know, the 20 baht bills, they're convenient, especially in short trips. Otherwise, the fare can easily cost twice as much. Number 8, not getting up too early. The problem with getting up too early is that most shops, most businesses, and even the gym, sometimes they only open at 9 in the morning, some at 10 in the morning. So there isn't much to do up until late afternoon. And if you're looking to meet up with girls, most of them will be at work until 5 or 6. And now in most cases, what else is there to do? For me, doing something on the computer, but still getting up earlier than noon is something I try to avoid by simply staying up very late. And by late, I mean 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning is usually when I go to bed. Now, if you're here on a holiday, you'll be out partying, staying up late anyway, so this would only apply for you if you stay here long term and have days where you don't go out. The second problem is that during the day, it's usually just too hot anyway. I just can't be bothered doing anything outside before late afternoon and early evening. Alright, so those were the 8 tips. Hopefully at least one of them is useful, that you can apply it and use it on your next trip. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video.